Breaking this evening, President Trump's new guidance for pregnant women and Tylenol. That guidance playing out on live TV late today with the president drawing a link between acetaminophen and autism. The president saying pregnant women should not take Tylenol. Tonight, medical groups in this country already reacting to this. ABC's Steve Osunsami on how this played out late today. The new and controversial guidance. Steve is at the CDC headquarters in Atlanta for us.
Here's how the president's message to pregnant women played out on live television tonight.
Effective immediately, the FDA will be notifying physicians that the use of acetaminophen, is that okay? Which is basically commonly known as Tylenol, during pregnancy can be associated with a very increased risk of autism. So taking Tylenol is not good. All right, I'll say it. It's not good. For this reason, they are strongly recommending that women limit Tylenol use during pregnancy unless medically necessary. That's, for instance, in cases of extremely high fever, that you feel you can't tough it out, you can't do it. I guess there's that. It's a small number of cases, I think. But if you can't tough it out, if you can't do it, that's what you're going to have to do. You'll take a Tylenol, but it'll be very sparingly.
With Health Secretary RFK Jr. by his side, who has long shared provably wrong theories about what causes autism, President Trump is warning pregnant women about using the painkiller acetaminophen, commonly sold as Tylenol, saying that there are studies showing a possible link between using the drug during pregnancy with an increased risk of bearing children with autism.
Bobby wants to be very careful with what he says, and he should, but I'm not so careful with what I say. But you have certain groups, the Amish as an example, they have essentially no autism.
But according to scientists, the Amish do indeed have cases of autism.
Today, the FDA will issue a physician's notice about the risk of acetaminophen during pregnancy and begin the process to initiate a safety label change.
Leading medical groups say that there have been dozens of large studies over the decades, and not one of them found that acetaminophen causes autism. They worry that pregnant women will now be afraid to take the drug, even when they have a fever, which they say can be more dangerous for the baby.
It's an announcement that is bound to raise so much fear, so much anxiety among pregnant women.
The makers of Tylenol say that their drug is the safest pain reliever option for pregnant women. Dr. Edith Bracho Sanchez is a New York pediatrician who is pregnant with her second child and shares that she's still taking the drug herself.
Uncontrolled fevers in pregnancy pose an increased risk of miscarriage, of neural developmental defects. Knowing what I know about the risks of Tylenol in pregnancy versus the risks of an uncontrolled fever, I would take Tylenol again in this pregnancy.
Tonight, the president is also recommending a new drug to treat autism called leucovorin, a drug usually prescribed to help manage the side effects of chemotherapy. Early studies show that it may help some, but not all autistic children improve speech and comprehension, but it's not at all a cure. And here's something else to add to this. The rate of autism has increased even as the use of Tylenol has decreased among pregnant women. Tylenol is a very important drug for pregnant women because they're told that they shouldn't be using that other painkiller, ibuprofen, because that drug increases the risk of miscarriage. David?
Yeah, this could actually bring a little more confusion out there. So, Steve, we really appreciate it. I know you'll stay on this to help clarify all of this for American families watching. Thanks, Steve.